What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are giving an update about the scooter. Old Gloria here is her name. So in the last video we were installing a 34 millimeter racing carburetor. We left off where we were going to shave down the throttle cable to make it fit at the top, and we did that. It's not the best, but it works. There's still a small leak right there, obviously, but she works. We had to get a 1 inch to 1.25 inch coupler in order to mate the two parts, the manifold to the carb. All right, so she's running okay now. It's not perfect by any means, due to the obvious leak we talked about just now. Okay, and the throttle cable needs to be zip tied somewhere, because when it moves like that, it actuates my slide a tiny bit. It's just not right. Okay, it revs sometimes when it's not supposed to, and it's just not perfect, but it works for now. Yeah, so basically the carburetor is too big for this 50cc Gy6 engine. We figured that out because they advertised this carburetor as a 34 millimeter. Turns out 34 millimeter carburetor from their site, which is this one, is gonna be 40 millimeter on the engine side, on the intake side. This side is gonna be 40 millimeters. Okay, and this side apparently is 55 millimeters. On this side of this carburetor, on the air side, right, I had to get a 60 millimeter filter, and the clamped it down to 55 millimeters. We did a top speed of 42 point something. We were on the way to 43 mile an hour with old Gloria here. But she ain't perfect, but she runs and drives. That I could tell you for a fact. Yeah. So another thing I gotta mention, this air fuel ratio is out not even one full turn. So supposedly at sea level you're supposed to be, I guess, 1.5 turns, or one full turn, 1.5 to 2 turns. And I'm only not even to a whole turn yet, and that's because this carburetor is way too big. That's my theory. We did order a new carburetor, same brand, but we ordered the smallest one they had, which was a 21 millimeter. But according to their chart, 21 millimeter carburetor that I ordered from them, the 21 millimeter carburetor from the engine side is actually 35 millimeters. The width of this side of the engine side of the carburetor is 35 on the 21 millimeter that they are presenting. And on that 21 millimeter carb, the filter side would be 50 millimeters. So it's still a pretty big carb. The only difference is that it's gonna be way smaller than this, and the jets are gonna be way smaller and way more closer to the factory carburetor that was in here. And that's what we want. I guess we want to stay in the middle. We had a factory carburetor, which I did not like, and then we went to the maximum amount that we could possibly ever think to put on this 50cc scooter engine. So now we're going almost right in between the stock and this carburetor. We're right in between. Enough yapping around. We're gonna crank her over and see what y'all think. Mind you guys, this still is the big carburetor that was installed. We have not installed the 21 mil carb yet. Let's ride, yo. Like I said, she's she still bogs down at full throttle due to the inefficiency of the engine. Engine's not pulling enough air for this carb. But guess what I had today? 21 millimeter.
Let's see how different this one is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These are my jets and my needle. Whoa. Well, bro. Oh yeah, this is much better. Oh, wow. This is a little more realistic, I think. Wow, guys. You guys are seeing the first unboxing. I like it.
Try to do a blow by with your old carburetor right there. A big old Papa carburetor. But that carburetor can't perform the way it wants to perform because the engine is too small for it. So that engine will be able to pull way more air at a more efficient way with this baby right here. And I'm a full firm believer in that. If I got her to run with that massive carburetor, we did 42 point something on that carburetor. Oh guys, I forgot to mention, I'm gonna edit in this video the installation of the CVT transmission kit that we installed on Gloria.
happens here with my old clutch kit. It has no issues with it. Fast green CVT transmission kit.
Ooh.